Welcome to Christie's for this special auction, the incredible collection of guitar icon Jeff Beck, which you can come and see for yourself here at Christie's in London until the 22nd of January. Join us now as we look at some of the sales highlights. So we're spoilt for choice here, but this is obviously a highlight.
No, spectacular instrument. 1959 Les Paul, flame top as they call them. Tell us about this guitar.
Jeff bought this in early 1966 when he was in the Yardbirds. I think it was his first Les Paul, and he used it straight away, famously at a BBC recording, Ready, Steady, Go, and then it was on the album Roger the Engineer. So a really seminal instrument for him, and the one in the collection that's been around for the longest, I would say. I feel like this has been through so many changes, like with Jeff's own hand. He changes the pickguard, the switch, and then actually completely strips off the sunburst finish, which is, I think, gives it a really cool monochrome look.
It does, and I always found it very curious. These guitars were famous for their cherry sunburst finish, which often fades, but it was an interesting move that he made to strip it down to its natural maple cap top. There's great performance history with this guitar, isn't there?
Actually, it's unique because it's been played by Jeff, Jimmy Page, and Jimi Hendrix.
Oh God, it doesn't get much better than that, does it?
Doesn't get better, no, exactly.
No, iconic.
From Gibson to Fender.
Let's go. You know, Eric Clapton said, a Stratocaster is a perfect rock and roll machine, and Jeff Beck said the two most significant human endeavors and successes have been the wheel and the Fender Stratocaster. It became his go-to axe, I think, in his mid to later career, after he turned his back more or less on the Les Paul. Tell us about this.
Well, I think that this is Jeff's sort of Buddy Holly Strat. He loved it. He said it should be in a museum. He said it was a pain, but when you tuned it properly, it would sing to you. He got this actually from Steve Marriott of Humble Pie after a late night session. And then at the time it had a Telecaster neck on it. And Jeff put on this beautiful, incredibly worn maple Strat neck, which he'd already had on a strip Strat that he'd used to record Beckola and other albums with the second Jeff Beck group. And so it was a well-worn, beautiful neck that he paired with the most beautiful sunburst body. And this was his most prized possession, I think. Very early serial number, Kerry.
It is an early serial number, and what we like to see is dates in the back of these. This guitar in the tremolo cavity is dated 54 as the year it was made.
And actually, what I love about this guitar is the wear. I mean, I'm sure it had a lot of wear when he got it, but this was definitely played hard. Actually so hard, in fact, that we found a picture of Jeff using this as a pogo stick at a gig in New Jersey in 1980. So whilst it was a prized possession, he was not afraid to use it. It's an incredible, beautiful instrument, and certainly one that fans will recognize, I think.
No. Spectacular. Great, great guitar. Amelia, you can't talk about Jeff Beck without talking about this guitar and Seymour Duncan.
Exactly. Known as the T-Gib because it is a hybrid guitar, a Telecaster body with Gibson humbuckers, Gibson frets. It was made as a present for Jeff by Seymour because he was devastated that the original PAFs had been taken out of the Les Paul, and he wanted to make a guitar that Jeff would love. And by all accounts, Jeff did love it. He used it straight away, and it's notably on the Stevie Wonder song of Blow by Blow called 'Cause We've Ended as Lovers, which Stevie had originally written for his wife Cyrita. So actually amongst Jeff's roadies and crew, it was always known as Cyrita. And whenever he played that song, he'd play the T-Gib.
Rich story.
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing guitar, and actually clearly one that Jeff loved throughout his career. He even took it out on the 2022 tour. It didn't get played in the end. I think he was worried about it getting stolen, but it was clearly something that he continually picked up and played throughout his career. There's so much to say about all of these guitars. We encourage everyone to visit our website, to come and view the exhibition, to read the catalogues. Christie's is free and open to all, so we look forward to welcoming people here.